maybe another 30 seconds or something. I like to see at least 9 or 10 people in here before we start. But I see a few new people. So praise, it's a simple game, and we'll model it, but we're gonna pass it around, and everyone's gonna talk. And you basically get to give 3 praises for the week to anyone in the community. So, hey Nico, hey Monique, make sure you're muted. Although I can pass it to you first if you're really antsy to talk. Um, so let's get this party started. I want to just major praise to Ashley. We always have really fantastic conversations about projects and how we can integrate like give backs and all of these things on the platform. And I just always appreciate your constructive feedback. I also want to dish major praise, of course, to Lauren for all the incredible Twitter work and give economy work and the work with, especially with Gray Machine, and praise to Gray Machine in this praise for the video. It's looking really cool. And I want to give praise to Franco, who behind the scenes is doing so much work. Franco and Almond for that awesome Twitter space, and just in general, Franco for the work that he's doing in the Giveth house. You'd never get enough praise, but it's especially noticeable from the Twitter space how much work that you do. And I'll pass it to Lauren.
Yay, thank you, Griff. Yeah, I want to praise Gray Machine for all the work that he's been doing on that video, and Almond for working with me for like many hours last weekend on the video script for Give Power. I also want to praise Mohammed for just covering so many Give Power backend issues and so many nuances, like especially to do with like rank calculations and edge cases and documenting it all and working on how it affects givebacks. And Mohammed does amazing work, and I'm so glad we have him. And I also want to praise Almond and Franco and Griff for the Giveth House Twitter space yesterday. It sounded like it was so much fun, and I really wish I could have been there. And I will pass it to Monique.
Hey all, praise all the dev team. Amin, Ramin, Mohammed, Carlos, Mato, Ramin again, Cherik, and Alireza, also the Mary Jeff for all their fantastic things they did during this sprint. And praise Mitch for always have a helping hand for us. Praise Lauren for managing the etc. things on power boosting very well. Also praise Ahmed and Mato again for their PMing alongside me, and also praise Moshe for helping us connected. I pass it on to Mitch.
Thanks, Monique. I'd like to praise Mary Jaff for just like being a super thorough tester, like finding all the edge cases, calculating the things, make sure they make sense. I'd also like to praise Almond again for the Twitter spaces and just like organizing the great docs for us to plan our tokenomics sessions. And to Tropical Mango, Yas, and Jake for really stepping up the game on fundraising. It's been a huge help just to have them committed to it and submitting and following up and pestering investors, and it's great. And I'll pass it on to Kai.
Thanks. Oh, I'm not muted. Oh shit. Lucky you guys. Hey. Well, praise Griff just for being you, man. Because I'm missing a third praise. And I love you, you know that. I want to praise Kotabedo for raising an issue with our pager duty system. He's not here, is he? Whenever you do that, just type once. And don't repeatedly type there because everything will raise a new alert. Praise Mohammed and Ramin for requesting resources from DevOps instead of choosing for themselves what to use. It's a new flow we worked on, and I'm glad people use it. Yeah. I want to give it to somebody else. Who's Kramer here? I can see that. Oh, Aman with wings.
That's me. So, hi. So, do I get to place now?
Yeah, this is your moment.
Thank you. So, yeah, I want to praise for inviting me to this call. And for the last couple of hours, he spent troubleshooting my audio and screen share issues, as well as Griff and Ashley for supporting the same. So, thank you guys for that, and we're happy to be here. Pass it to Tosin. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong.
No, it's all right. Um, Hi everybody. So I want to praise Mo for being a great partner on the design working group. I want to praise Rodri for being great, for being a good teammate. I want to praise Monique for being a good PM and pushing us to to work and deliver these things on time. And back to see. It's alright. Just trying. I have no idea I was gone, but I'll just take a guess. Pastor Rodri.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Tosin. Hi everyone. I want to praise Jake for work in the roadmap for the donor and Giveth. I want to praise Jason and Griff for always update the Giveth deck. I want to praise Mo, Marco, and Tosin for being amazing teammates always. Thanks. I pass to Franco.
Thank you, Rodri. I can take it. I want to praise Almond for being an amazing host of the Twitter space around the Giveth House and inviting me to participate. It was my first Twitter space. And a very special praise to Griff for actually creating the Giveth House. It's such a magical place. I got to talk to about this yesterday, but yeah, just a major praise to you, Griff, for creating this house. And yeah, I want to praise a man with wins. He's here today to present DeepDAO in the community spotlight. So yeah, thank you for coming. And I'll pass it to Nico.
Thanks, Franco. I'd like to give my praise to Heather for helping me move forward with a lot of action items and for providing me with valuable resources. Thanks, Heather. Also, I'd like to give my praise to Griff, Franco, and Almond for the amazing Giveth House Twitter Space call yesterday. Special praise to Franco for spearheading the quantification of praise and for all the gentle reminders. Also, for all your hard work in the Giveth House. And I'm passing it to Yas.
Thanks, GM everyone. So for this community praise, I want to praise Monique for all his support and always swiftly being there for me to help me with the grant proposals and the defining the roadmap, despite having a lot of work. Actually, I want to give a special praise to all of our Iranian dev team these days for all the pressure and stress in the heartbreaking events that's going on in our home country. And despite all of that, really being on top of things and keeping high spirits. Also, I want to praise Ramin for very quickly helping and creating the giveth.io/deck URL. It's official. Guys, check it out, give feedback. We can always continue working on that. And I want to also praise Rodri for also very, as always, swiftly and quickly helping us with the designs for the deck. I'll pass it to Ashley.
Oh, thank you so much. And I guess, I don't know, I had some praises, but now, I want to praise all of you that are going through such hard times over there, and we're thinking of you. I want to praise Carlos and Mohammed. They're literally like aces in my sleeve when it comes to the back end. I always have questions of, how do I get this data? Or can you tell me how Mod, he has a great newsletter that I just got this morning, and he is mechanically pumping it out every month. And I want to praise Franco and Almond because before you came along, it was only me in community, and now I have Franco on the ground, hosting people in the house, and I have Almond digitally making Twitter spaces and
You're cutting out pretty bad, Ashley. So I'll just pass it for you. Let's throw it over to Almond.
Thank you. I want to praise Franco and Grief and Maffer for participating in the Giveth House Twitter space. I want to praise Danivel for her work and enthusiasm in putting together the Pimp Your Project workshop for project owners. And I want to praise Miguel, Mango, Kotave, Ashley for your work and collaboration around the Giveth podcast in Spanish that's coming. And I want to, I'll pass it to Mango.
Hey guys, so I want to give a shout out to the fundraising team. So we got a couple wins under our belt, which is nice. And I want to give praise, of course, to, I want to echo what Ashley and everyone else said to the Iranian team for being so amazing, all the work you do. And I also want to praise Katabe for offering to host the Sea of Hertz podcast show and Almond Initiatives podcast, Twitter Spaces, and everything like that. And I will say to Man with Wings.
Oh, Man with Wings already flew this round. Let's throw it over to Danny.
Hello, good morning, good morning. I need to throw praise right back at Almond as well. The community team and all of the things that are coming out, I can see your influence in it, and jumping onto that Pimp My Project call, I thought we were just starting from a sink and you had so much data collected already. Super grateful to your work, Almond. I can see you putting so much thought into things ahead of time. I want to praise Ahmad for his Chainvine proposal, for getting that up really clearly and being able to move that through. I think that's going to be a huge benefit for us. I will also want to praise Franco for running the reward team and being so amazing at the Giveth House and staying on top of that whole team that's happening with the rewards. He got both Ashley and Lauren for the time we launched Give Economy. So it's a lot of work to review all this praise, and Franco's all over it. I also want to praise Nicola. Nicola's been out there really coaching projects. So getting us to have some great examples for this Pimp My Project is going to be easy because Nicola does so much work to help people have great projects. And I don't know who to pass it to. I'm going to give it back to you, Griff.
That's fair. It's definitely a tough one now. Let's throw it over to Heather.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be me. I want to praise Griff for holding me as I withdraw my gifts from the Giveth pool. I want to praise Ahmad because we had an amazing review call this week for hiring. And then I want to praise Lauren for always being on top of candidate referrals. And I don't know who to pass it to, so I'll pass it back to Griff.
For sure. Well, how about Laneikers? I don't know how to say your handle. How do you say your handle?
This one.
Oh, you're breaking up again. Can you say that again? How do you say it?
Previous time I didn't know how to make this because I do not know how to speak very well in English, but Almond told me what is to praise, and now I want to praise for the entire Giveth team that constructed a wonderful project, Giveth, that unlocked a door to many persons on the entire world to be able to show their projects and to raise some funds. And especially to those persons in countries that have not access to online tools that give them the possibility to do this task. And also I want to praise to Almond, to Franco, and to Ashley for being the link between the Giveth project and the Hispanic community. I mean, they are people who can speak in Spanish, and from some of us that do not know how to speak very well the English, they are the link with whom we can ask some question and get more involved. Thank you all. Okay, I give you the ball, Griffin.
Thanks, man. Wait, tell me again. How do you say your handle?
Okay, my handle is a mix of my name and my surnames. My name is Leinier. That is very easy. Leinier.
Leinier. Okay.
Leinier.
Perfect.
Thank you for
Okay.
allowing me to participate in this community call. I am not part of the project, but I am a person who give value to this initiative. So thank you very much for allowing me to stay and to hear you all. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Oíste, gracias a ti también, Almon, y a Franco también, y a Ashley, si están escuchando.
Perfect. Well, let's throw it over to Kotabe, who's also holding it down for us in the Latin-speaking Latin community.
Oh, thanks. Hi, everyone. I want to praise Roderick for doing so many amazing designs. Yesterday, I was with Sam in an EVM Crisp learning program, and like, oh man, the art of EVM Crisp is so beautiful, and all the art that you do is so beautiful. Thank you for making our platforms more beautiful, man. I want to praise Sam for showing me about EVM Crisp. It's crazy. It's so cool what you can do with it. I want to praise the dev team, Mohammed, Mateo, for working with me and teaching me how to, well, like just giving me the resources to work on this give drop information that needs to be clean. And I want to also, one more bonus, praise Almond for putting so much effort on these, and also Ashley for putting this much effort into Spanish-speaking Giveth things, so that like a lot of Spanish-speaking people can access the cool things that we're doing. And since I came late today, Griff, I'll pass it back to you.
No, great news. You were last, and we can get this party started. So welcome to Community Call 140. We always start out every community call with praise. It's not only is it a great way to just like raise the vibes of the call, it also is acting as decentralized updates while actually turning into token rewards for our community. So when you dish praise, you may not know this, but it actually turns into Giveth tokens as long as you write it down. So this is a really cool way to distribute the token to the community for doing qualitative, for doing, care work and work in the space. So anyway, make sure you don't have to wait until the community call to dish praise. You can dish praise at any time if in the praise channel or anywhere in the Discord with /praise. And if you haven't already, make sure to activate your praise, /activate, and type that into almost any Discord channel. So let's just jump into the announcements. Let's see. We got Giveth Essentials Tokenomics Part 2. Last one was so good, we have to do it again. So that'll be on December 6th. You don't want to miss that next week. And also Pimp Your Project with Danny Bell. This is looks like it's starting to be a weekly thing, or at least it happened this week already once. That'll happen next week as well on December 7th. And also, giving season is here. This is a huge time of the year for donations. I think, like, at least in the States, half of the donations that happen happen in this month period between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So up your game, everybody. It's go time. And with that, we can start with the working groups and the community circle. We'll throw it over to Corey to give a presentation. Oh no, is Corey here?
No, I'm going to give the updates because Corey is on the airport.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you, Almond.
Yeah, cool. So this is really cool. Lauren and Griff will both be speaking at the Transformative Impact Summit, which is a new event actually, in which a lot of change makers and leaders are going to be speaking, and Griff and Lauren are going to be participating in 2 panels on the tube. So tomorrow we're going to tweet this information for you to support and to go if you can. Then yeah, yesterday we have a great gift talk around the Giveth house with the intention to actually support the house. So if you can go to the Giveth Twitter, please share this Twitter space. It was pretty cool. The house needs support and the house needs a lot of love. So yeah, please go there. And for the Giving Tuesday, we did a really cool activity in which we invited the community to share their favorite projects for us to give them more visibility. Thank you for the people that participated with us in this game. We had great engagement. Also, Lauren hosted an AMA, Giveth with Elk Finance Social Night, which unfortunately was not recorded, but great to see our the Giveth stewards and collaborators with giving so much events and talks. Then check out the Meet the Makers Mental Health in Web3 recording is out there. And if you like to contribute with the Meet the Makers efforts, we're working with Daniel and Nicola and Ashley and Franco on this. Is great to highlight all the verified projects in Giveth. So yeah, reach out if you would like to participate. New verified projects are out in this fresh round. This is one of my favorite tweets. So go to also the Twitter timeline and retweet. And also, Giveth is now a Doing Good member, which means that we are going to do a lot of things with Doing Good. Yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, Mitch was in Twitter space talking about the Giveth Galaxy and what's coming for Giveth. So we're going to do a lot of things with Doing Good as well. And Give News November edition is out. Is a great edition. Go and praise Ahmad and all the people that help him to get these newsletters out each month. And then from the Giveth Galaxy Impact DAO landscape, this is really cool and is getting a lot of traction on Twitter. General Magic put out this landscape for Impact DAOs. It's getting a lot of conversation. So if you have not checked it, go there and check it out and retweet and share. So thank you for your feedback on the Giveth Essentials. It was really cool to see that this is useful for you, that you're enjoying the sessions, and especially that you enjoy seeing interact Griff and Lauren and Mitch, which for sure are 3 people that we have a lot of to learn from. And coming soon, we have the Give Power Boosting launch on December 13th. This is going to be massive, so stay tuned for that. Monthly stats infographics are out. Actually, we are having these stats and they're pretty cool. They're on the newsletter, so check them out. And yeah, working on with roadmap blog post and the next Giveth Essential session. And then I'm going to do the updates on the Communitas working group because Ashley is having troubles with her microphone. Ashley, are you there?
Can you hear me okay? Or do you want to do it? How are we going?
No, you sound perfect. Go ahead.
I do? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, we are the Communitas working group and we have our syncs on Tuesday. So if you want to come and be part of growing our community, we meet on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Costa Rica time. We usually meet in the Unicorn Only channel. And next on to the updates. Our slide looks slightly familiar for last week, but we have a couple new things. We have a Latin American Forum for Impact Investing, and this is a great opportunity for Giveth to get in there in a new audience. And these people, they're slightly connected with Web3, but they have a passion for investing in impact projects. They don't know much about Web3, so how should we get involved there and what could be our biggest impact? There's a forum post. Please give us some details here and put your suggestions in the forum post. Also in the updates, we have a conversation going around about an interactive map. Always since Giveth has been born, there's been a vision of a map of where our project's located or what kind of information could we be providing with the map. And there's a forum post that is discussing this. And we're hoping to idealize some more discussion around what kind of information can we pose on a map. And then we are now exploring a collaboration with Sea of Hertz Radio. Sea of Hertz has been doing some project interviews in Spanish on their radio station, and we want to expand this, and maybe we do more than just project interviews. Maybe we do some Twitter space kind of ideas on Sea of Hertz radio station. So there's some exploration going on there, and how can we open up our availability to our Latin American audience. And last but not least, we have a project ranking. We're bringing in, now that Give Power is going live, and we're bringing up some ideas on how we can boost projects. How can we rank these projects and do it in a way that's not so plurocratic? But there's a forum post. Put your ideas in there. So yeah, those are our main updates for community this week. We've got an AMA and orientation. So if you're interested in contributing, or you have a project and you have some questions, or you're a donor and you want to know more, just come to our AMA on Wednesdays. The next one will be a great project, as you saw on the announcement slide, about creating a project and pimping it and making it look great for your donors. And then last but not least, we have some Giveth Essential sessions next week. We're going to do the tokenomics part 2. So if you joined us last week, there was a lot of diving into rabbit holes with how Giveth uses tokenomics. And now we have a part 2, and that's going to happen on December 6th at 11 a.m. Costa Rica time. And there's a link for the past sessions if you want to find the ones that we did before. And then here at the bottom we have a gravity announcement. So Nicola is hoping to maybe find 1 or 2 or 3 more gravitons in the Giveth community that are hoping to have some passion towards conflict resolution and how we can grow with each other when we find these conflicts. So if you have a passion for this, please DM Nicola. And if you also have any conflicts that you're witnessing in our community or you're experiencing yourself, please fill out this form that's linked below, and our Gravity team will take a look. I hope that wasn't too much, and I'll pass it on to the next circle.
Yeah, looks like next is a platform circle and the development working group. Monique, are you taking this one?
Yeah, thank you, Griff. So let's go. If you please pass to next slide. Yeah, for the notification center at Epic, there's a link there. You can click on it if you want to see the recent changes. There's a test environment there. So these things are left, Give Economy events on backend in progress. We're working with the design team to provide new read and unread policy, testing and changing copies in progress. And for Give Power boosting, also there's a link there. If you're interested, you can test. I think Lauren can provide more information about the release plan of it, but we think that it's finalized. And we have a new Giveth dashboard. You can click on it. Also, you can see it with more accurate data. And during this week, we added a kind of new charts to it. For the fiat integration, we're doing exploration, and we had a green light from on-ramper after did the audit, and the integration is almost done on the backend side. For the recurring donation, we have a kind of prototypes, but the research is ongoing, especially after we have to discover working with the new donation handler. On the right side of the slides, on the top, you can see the recent releases, the front-end versions and the back-end versions, and also the tags of the release. You can click on it and see the changes. On the back-end, we did these during this week. We fixed tiny bugs and implement edge cases for power boosting. We documented it. We changed the donation structure to save the power rank for givebacks more precisely. We implementing a web service to find the people with the gift drops and also tracking for the sales of the gift, improving notification center, bug fixing, and we're working on Give Power API, boosting interactive API for better testing. On the front end, the big change is we're trying to move updates or app version or code version to next 13. And we have to optimize, we did the optimization of the DAF for better loading. We pushed the Giveth deck presentation into production, as Yas said, and we did some improvement on the Lottie components for animation. If you check the next slide, you can find out that's what's happening next. So on the top, you can see your roadmap. There's a link there, and everyone is interested in product stuff and developing stuff. We have a sync meeting on Mondays, 15 sets you can attend. And for all PMs, please forward your epics and user stories in roadmap repo. There's a link there, and there's a templates. You can create everything you want. And there's a token lock. Guys, please go to the token lock, vote for epics, and your votes may create your roadmap. And if you have any question, there is a link there on my slide. There's a forum post. You can see how it's working if you want to be a contributor. And what's next? We're working on the multiple accounts. We got stuck in an onboarding flow. For recurring donation, as I told, we have prototypes, but research is ongoing. And for project form refactoring, the analysis has been started. I pass it on to Lauren, I guess.
Yay, that's me. Give Economy Working Group. There are so many syncs. We have calls on Wednesdays. There's the fundraising call on Monday. There's the GiveFi call, which is bi-weekly on Thursdays after this call. Anyway, there's a bunch of times, so check the Give calendar if you want to get involved. Next slide. As Monique mentioned, Give Power Boosting is almost ready for launch. So our launch date is going to be December 13th. So we're in the final stretch right now, just finishing out a few things, and we have to push the notification center back into production before we can move the Give Power Boosting to production and doing some final testing in there. So getting, like, from the development side, basically everything's ready, and now it's comms. I'm working with Gray Machine on the Give Power video for launch. There's going to be a Twitter space on the 14th that we're working on organizing. We're going to start doing outreach to people to help them to get their help in sharing about the Give Power launch. So tons of stuff to do for Give Power comms. If you're interested in helping and supporting that, reach out to me as well. But yeah, I'm excited. Give Power launch impending. The next steps in Give Power are really the delegation. We're going to start talking about delegation after the launch and like delegating Give Power. And if you want to link that up with delegating for token log or snapshot or gardens and figuring out the best way to do that, really. We're also working on a regen farms makeover. Tossin's working on the designs for that, and a give drop. The give drop is ending December 24th, so we're going to make over the homepage as well. Also, from the Give Economy side, we've added a bunch of notification suggestions for the notification center, things for Give Power, like, oh, your Give Power has gone down because your tokens were unlocked, and cool notifications like that. Also working on sunsetting Giveth Trace, kind of revisiting this issue again. Going to be reaching out to the people that have some funds there left to claim and figuring out like where those funds should go. Yeah, on the research side of things, with Give Power launch impending, we're revisiting the topic of the PFP collection. So we'll be able to talk about the PFP collection again and how this might affect Give Power or affect the rank and kind of like add on to that. Also continuing the topic of matching funds and working with Gitcoin on Grants 2.0 and quadratic matching, and we're working with Phantom on that as well. The rank expansion, I think Ashley mentioned this already, but there's a forum post about like the different components that could go into affecting the rank as well as Give Power, and Budget Box is one of those. So if you haven't tested Budget Box, click that link and play with it. Also talking about ending the dumpers streams. I mean, ending people who got a give drop and only ever dump their give, looking into seeing if it makes sense to end their give streams. Also talking about Hedgie, which is like an NFT staking thing, and getting give on dexes, and this FLI proposal that's up there in the forum. It's an opportunity to get in front of investors. The HODL Vault snapshot has passed, so now it's possible to stake give and add it to the HODL Vault and earn on that as well. And there's just a bunch of grants happening as well. I just kind of put a list in here. There's Radical, which has gone through and we're working and chatting with them. Polygon, we're having a call with them. Phantom, we're working together with. Fuse has been on pause because they have a maximum limit of $10,000, and we kind of want to ask for grants or focus our energy on grants that we could potentially get more for. Working with the Gnosis white label and a grant for Moloch DAO and Metacartel. So there's tons of things that are happening in the realm of grants. It's like so much to go over really in one slide here. It's even hard for me to keep track. So if you're interested in any of those things, jump into the calls that were on the previous slides, or if you have a specific thing and you don't know which call it's for, reach out to me and I can point you in the direction and the people to get in touch with. That's all I have for the Give Economy Working Group, and I will pass it to Design.
Hi everybody. So from the design working end, we are still working on the multi-level account. So creating onboarding flow for users, we are trying to explore introduction of levels and incentives for users to actually increase their levels of interaction on the platform. And currently we are actually still addressing a few design blockers on our end. And then we are still updating the notification center of the design end. We are trying to determine what happens, as in what determines if a notification is actually read, unread, and how users actually interact with a particular notification panel. And then for the Regen Farm, we are still working on the Regen Farm design. We have like a design update on that already. You could follow the link if you want to check it out. So basically, we'll actually want to see all active Regen farms in the same page, irrespective of the network a user is connected to. We are trying to work on the archiving of these Regen farms and how it's displayed. And we're also trying to improve the design for when a DAO, has multiple different farms and only one Regen stream. So like I said, you can check out the design and see if there's anything you could add to that. And then we're still working on recurring donations. We are considering how everything on the donation front actually work together, especially now we are also considering fiat integration. And then basically we are just trying to see we're conducting a lot of market research on how to actually go about this. And then now we're working on, we just started working on standardized project format templates. So basically we want to see if we could actually include new tabs on the project page with the following, categories like about us, mission, gallery, social links, questions, and then updates. So at least So we know that for each project page, there is a standardized template that has all the information on all these project categories that users can actually go through. And then also finally, like we always say, you can help us improve the platform by just getting in touch with us, either get in touch with Mo or me, or just drop a message in the design working group. So thanks, that's all from the design end. I'll pass to Griff for giving us a cycle.
Thanks, Tossin. And for the governance circle, of course, we started off with the governance working group and vacations. Look at all these vacations coming up, and I bet there's even more. Don't forget to update your team availability in the team availability channel. So I'm sure there's some people taking off some more time at the end of the month around New Year's and the holidays. So jump in there. But Fashel and Carlos are taking it pretty easy right now, so leave them alone. And Moshe Hav also is taking tomorrow off. Nice, Mo. Mateo and actually Mosaidi are going to take off some time, and Mohammed. They're all taking off time next week. Oh, and Ashley. All of you guys are going to enjoy some time off next week, so that's great. Congrats. And let's see, then we have the Christmas vacations. We got Lauren is taking 2 weeks off in December. Well deserved. Same with Claire. Well deserved time off. Thank you. And it looks like Franco's going to take a few days off and enjoy the first week of the year off too, or at least half time. So that's cool. And as always, remember to do your buddy calls. Give feedback to people using these forums. Give feedback to yourself before your own buddy call. And like buddy calls are how we stay flat. So let's use them and keep them going. They seem to be flowing. Also, there's a lot of forum posts worth checking out. Most of them have already been mentioned, but there's one that I haven't seen any comments on. A potential partnership with Dalvos. Definitely check that one out. Also, I thought this was super cool. The credit card through Nucleus. Major praise to Giant Kin for bringing this one to the table and actually bringing a Nucleus person into our forum. They're saying they can give our DAO a credit card. How cool is that? Also, Tropical Mango and Jake are looking to use this LinkedIn software to make their outreach easier. There's a conversation there. We're starting a Hats bug bounty, and we need a committee to review the bug bounty submissions. So feel free to volunteer to join that. And I guess give special highlight to two specific forum posts that I don't think have gotten enough love, even though it was brought up once in this call. This Chainvine referral program forum post is really interesting about shifting givebacks to anyone who shares a link for a project that gathers a donation. It's a really interesting proposal, and I really think it's worth getting your eyes on there, and there's a poll about it. Also, as was mentioned already about Budget Box and the potential for allowing projects to actually rank the projects on the platform and giving them a voice. So definitely try to test this out. There's a link in this giving projects ranking power here. Give it a test. Try it out. It's super cool voting situation. It's like, oh man, which one do you like better, Diamante Bridge or Giveth House? I'm a Giveth House maxi. And it's really fun. Grassroots economics or public nouns. Oh my god, this is so hard. But it's a lot easier because it's like it's just a really fun voting method. So how cool is this? You can just kind of go through here and try it and then see what your results are. Yeah, and that's it. I don't think we have any major well, maybe. Heather, do you have any hiring updates? I like to throw you on the
Yeah, I know, it's fine. Yeah, so the hiring updates are for general magic. We are still trying to find a praise co-founder. So this is a person with an entrepreneurial spirit who is comfortable giving pitches, doing public speaking, and just has a lot of energy. And then we are also finding a director of technology and services, and this is definitely more of a senior level position. I would say at least 5 years of experience in programming and project management. And so far we have some pretty good candidates, and I look forward to hopefully seeing more. So I'll pass it back.
Thanks, Heather. And I'll sling it over to Mitch for the DAO working group.
Thanks, Griff. Yeah, so we have weekly meetings for the governance working group. That's on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central European. And we'll jump into some updates there. So yeah, Giveth has like a bazillion different ways that you can participate in governance. We've got the NR DAO for contributors, the Give Garden, token log and snapshot, all for Give holders. And we have, of course, all of our multi-sig signers on the Gnosis safes. Notables, as I mentioned in the Discord, Q3 vesting is out for eligible contributors. So if you're a recipient of that, you can check it out on the Livestream page, and you should be able to claim it from there. In the NRGive, the only vote we have up right now is the contributor payment reimbursement for October. In the Give Garden, there is nothing for now. In the multi-sigs, claiming our safe airdrop on the Giveth matching multi-sig on mainnet. That needs a couple more signers there. And who knows if Gnosis Safe is going to load today. We'll see. Snapshot, nothing for now. Everything's passed and all clear. Last thing there, let's take a peek at token log. See what's up, what's happening there. Griff's already got it. Look at that. Give power boosting. Project activity feed. What the heck is that? I've never seen that before. Project discussions. Fiat integration. Multi-level accounts. Hodl and give. I18N integration. New quality scoring. Wow, GiveFi's all the way down there. Where the heck's that PFP I heard about? What the heck? It's all the way down there. That's not right. Come on, people. So as Monique mentioned, if you're holding any Give or G-Give, so wrapped Give on the gardens, you can go in here and vote on this token log to see some cool shit that you want to get built for Giveth. So go ahead and engage in that. And that's about it for the DAOs today. And I will pass it to Griff to present the spotlight.
Thanks. Yeah, it's my pleasure to introduce DeepDAO and a man with wings who fought hard to be on this call today. Oh wait, oh yeah, there's Kramer. So DeepDAO is a really cool website that aggregates all this information about all the different DAOs in the space, and we're so lucky. Franco got us on there, and actually sounds like made friends. So I don't know, a man with wings. Do you want to tell us more about DeepDAO?
Sure, it would be my pleasure. So I'm audible, right?
Yeah, we hear you great.
Awesome. Yeah, I was actually supposed to present, but like Griff said, I had to fight hard, and I only got my audio. Video still like avoided me. So I'll just speak for today. I just want to note that being in this community call and giving the praise actually brings back a lot of memories. You guys might not remember me, but when I started out with DAOs, this was about a year and a half back. The second DAO that I joined was TEC, Token Engineering Commons. Yeah. The first one was DXDAO. I did not really do anything there. And at TEC, I was part of Transparency Working Group. I worked with Zeptimus. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but Griff obviously knows him. Like I was in a few community calls. I worked with Eduardo and all those guys. I even got some tokens. The token was not available then, but then after the launch, I got a few tokens. And so I did that. And then I joined DeepDAO as a researcher. Today, I do growth and product there. It's been over a year. It's been a great journey. And whenever I go on Twitter Spaces, especially since DeepDAO collects a lot of information on DAOs, and I'm there talking about DAOs and the state of DAOs. And when somebody asks me, which are your favorite DAOs, or give us some examples of DAOs that work, I always give like examples like OneHive or TEC and examples like that. And the reason is, when I started out with TEC and I saw that the cultural build of that place, the way people interacted with each other, the way stewards were always available for help, and the way praise system was structured, I thought that that was the norm with all the DAOs. I thought that all the DAOs were open and accessible like that. But after joining DeepDAO and like talking with these, I don't know how many, but a lot of DAOs, I came to realize that that's not the norm. And so whenever somebody asks me about a few cool examples of a DAO, I always like quote you guys. So great work there, and I feel it feels awesome to be to have begun there. It was a nice start. So yeah, about DeepDAO, I'll talk about DeepDAO for some time. Could you open the homepage, Griff? Yeah. So yeah, there it is. What is DeepDAO? It's hard to put in one word because like we are evolving every day. But at the moment, you can say that it's a DAO ecosystem explorer. Like we list a lot of DAOs. There are over 10,000 DAOs listed on DeepDAO across multiple EVM chains, Solana substrates, and Solana. And like, let us actually look at. Can you open Giveth's profile on DeepDAO, Griff? Okay, yeah. So this is what it looks like. So it shows thanks to Franco for listing it. All the information that is here is supplied by him, the description and the contracts and everything. So it shows you the treasury. I'm sorry about the zero in the tokens. Like we are facing some technical issue there. Like our devs are looking at it. But it tells you everything. For example, if you open finance, it would show you the treasury breakdown and how the treasury has been performing over time. Since it has been recently listed, we don't have much of a time series at the moment, but normally we have a good time series. And then like at the bottom, you can see all the contracts of all the all the multisigs and the governance contracts and the token and all of those. Similarly, there's a breakdown available for almost everything. For example, if you open the members tab, you can see the people who have been most active in governance. For example, you'll see that Lauren has done like 9 proposals. The token share does not show at the moment because the token is not listed. Yeah, for Griff is at number 4. I can see a few others at the bottom as well. So it gives you all this data about the organization. We even have sections like coalitions where it shows which people voted together how many times. Griff, you could open that tab called coalitions and maybe show them. Yeah, so it says that I don't know who these people are, but they voted 17 times together, and that's like 80. So there's a lot of data which helps you understand what the organization is about and what's going on. And this is available, like I said, for over 10K DAOs. So that's one side of DeepDAO actually. Why don't we try and Griff, can you go to the tab called finance and look at the top? At the top you see something called top stakeholders based on activity, right? So these are essentially the addresses who has had the most governance activity on Giveth. So let's click on one profile there. For example, just click on somebody. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a few seconds to load. Sorry about that. Yeah, so essentially we have this person here. He does not have an ENS name, but you can see that he's a member of 67 organizations, and in total he has done around 800 votes. And you can see which are the organizations below. There are Aave, Decentraland. There's a lot of organizations, right? And what you actually see here is an interesting case of, I wouldn't say it's an airdrop hunter or a bounty hunter, but there are people who go around just voting on DAOs just for the sake of it. Yeah. So many of these people who you see hundreds of votes are not real participants of a DAO, But for example, if you could go back to Giveth's profile and click on I don't know, Lauren's profile or Griffin's profile, you'll see the difference. Like, can you open the members tab, Griff? Yeah. And yeah, could you open your profile or somebody's profile? Yeah, for example, yeah, you see Griff here. Even you have done a lot of votes, but that's great. So all your governance activity is displayed here. You can even like click on any of those organizations, and it would show you the exact proposals and the exact votes done. But anyway, that's a lot of data on people. We have profile data on over around 5 million wallets on Ethereum. So you could, on the search bar at the top, you could basically search for your Ethereum address or your ENS name, and it would show you your profile, just like how I, showed you today. Yeah, some of those organizations do not have a lot of data, but yeah. Okay, so DeepDAO essentially lists DAOs. We list people, and we also list DAO tools. There is a section on DAO tools that you can look at. So yeah, just essentially there is a lot of information there. So one of the main reasons I wanted to come to this call, and the way I started talking with Franco on this whole initiative was we released a new tool. And like essentially I'm trying to talk with communities to see what they like about the tool, what they don't like, to get some feedback on it, and see if it is something useful for DAOs. The tool is called Brainstorm. It is could you go to Giveth's profile again, Griff?
Ooh.
I have a
You
question.
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
My question is, I only see on Giveth's profile, I only see our snapshot votes. Like, how do, I know maybe it's not normal, but as Giveth, we have so many different governance protocols that we're following, and I mean, Mitch can attest to this, that we have every DAO you could possibly imagine. And how do we incorporate that into this? Because only right now I see our snapshot votes.
We actually cover Snapshot, Aragon, DAO House, Compound, all of those. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Franco tried listing them or if it's a technical issue, but we cover all the major governance frameworks. Like, so the data is supposed to be there.
Are you able to get data from Gnosis chain?
XDAI.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some data. I think governance data we might be able to put. That's the token issue we were facing. But yeah, I'll try talking with others. Did you try to list it, Franco? I don't remember.
Yeah, so I gave you the Aragon information. It's just that like we also use the gardens, and we don't have any, like you don't have any option to add information about the gardens. But we do have, I think it's a technical issue because like there's no.
It's an Aragon DAO, so it would be similar. But anyway, these are all technical things, but just curious because yeah, basically all of the governance stuff is on Gnosis chain just because cheaper to vote.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I only see Snapshot here, and I feel like so much of our governance is captured in other places besides just Snapshot. I love that we can see this data, and I would love to see more of this data. I just only see one input, and we have multiple, and I know it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, I understand your concern. Like, even I want to the goal is obviously to cover everything, and like I said, it is a technical issue. Even yesterday, the tokens were initially working on Brainstorm, but then we had to remove the token count. So, like, it's minor issues. Like, we'll get there, and soon you'll have all the platforms covered. So, don't worry about it. We're working on it. Okay.
Well, man, I just gotta say, Man with Wings, this is incredible. What an incredible resource. I mean, I just found out that Optimism's #1 overlap with a community is Giveth. How crazy is that? You have so many. Yeah, there's so many cool things that are happening in DeepDAO. Thank you so much for presenting this today, and it's so nice that you're a close knit friend of ours in our sister communities, and we can reach out to you, and maybe we can get our inner GiveDAO up here. Or we can try to do other things. This is so cool. Thank you so much. I want to call you Kramer because it's such a great profile picture, but. A man with wings. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you all for coming to our 140th community call. We'll see you at 141. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Oh shit, man. Griff, are we done?
Yeah.
Like, can I have one more minute?
Sure,
Just one.
take one more minute, but we are at the top of the hour, and I want to make sure if people have back-to-back calls, they can run.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Maybe I should have so essentially that right side you see a tab called Brainstorm. It is essentially a tool where you can do discussions in the middle of all this data. So you have all this data about this organization as well as people, and anybody who holds a Give token should be able to start a discussion there and get the feedback of the community. So it's like a mix of snapshot and discourse, where you get to vote, upvote, downvote, as well as start discussions and things like that. So we were working on this. It's in its beta stage, and so essentially, if you could try it out, just right there and create a few brainstorms and see what you think of it. If there are feature requests that you'd like, things that you'd like to remove, I'd very much appreciate it because you are working on the tool. So yeah.
Very cool. Okay, we'll check it out, man. And thank you again. Seriously, this is a magical thing. I can't believe you've done such a great job at managing all these DAOs. And by Treasury, and I don't even think it's including our Gnosis DAO Treasury as well as it could, because there's a lot of weird like Unipool tools. We're a top 100 DAO, so that's fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Think that we have a lot of credit to give to Mitch in being like our really great DAO steward and bringing all of these options to the surface. So I think that like if you wanted to coordinate with Mitch to get our different governance processes to be reflected on this platform, it would be so great. He's amazing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mitch is amazing.
I'd love to talk to him. I'll set up a chat after this call, and we'll definitely talk to him.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. We gotta run. Bye everyone.
All right.
Bye.